Hello, beautiful ladies. How is everybody today? Let me know where you're chiming in from. Say hello on the chat to everyone. It is 3:59. We'll start in 1 minute. I'm so excited to be here with you, amazing women, on this webinar. So definitely type in the chat where you're from. Say hello to everybody. I see Stella has already said hello. Sandra says hello from Coquitlam. Awesome. Who else do we have here? I know we've got quite a few ladies. Pat, awesome. Rebecca from PEI. Wendy from Duncan. Coquitlam. Lisa. Hello, Lisa. Carmen. Monica. Fort Langley's Carmen. Monica, hello all. I am happy to be sharing this Zoom with you, all chiming in from Surrey. Awesome. Jeanette, good afternoon. Aldergrove, excellent. Malgrazada, hello. Alma, hello from South Surrey. Hello. Connie, hello. Awesome. Oh my gosh, this just warms my heart. Thank you, ladies, for being here. And many of you know me personally, and you know how much I believe in you. And I felt compelled to do, this is actually my very first webinar. Oh, Monica, much love to you. Cheryl, thank you. Dana from Abbotsford. I really felt compelled to do this. And many of you have heard a lot of the Resilient Women in Business events that I love to say this right to you. Your birthright is to be successful. And I want that to happen for you. Good. Hello, Jobina. Awesome. All right, ladies. So I'm going to get into it. It's 4 o'clock or 4:01 right now. Who's ready for some high energy? Woohoo! Yay! Yes, of course you are. Raise hands. Fantastic. Thank you, ladies, because that's what we want. We want that kind of participant. We all feed off each other with our energy, and I often say highest energy often wins. So keep that in mind for yourself. So I got some content I'm going to go through with you, beautiful women, and we'll have some fun and absolutely keep the chats going. Yes, please, Jeanette says. So keep the chats going and keep talking with each other. And this is how we support each other in business. So welcome to Your Birthright is to be successful. Unleash that power within you. I'm excited to do this for you. I love this Oprah Winfrey. She's an amazing, amazing human being. And one of her quotes, one of many, it isn't until you come to a spiritual understanding of who you are, not necessarily a religious feeling, but deep down the spirit within, that you can begin to take control. I believe, many of you know my language is a God. If that's not your language, absolutely shift it into whatever you need to shift it into. I'm not here to judge you, and I'm trusting you're not going to judge me. So I love this saying with Oprah. So it's not talking about religious feeling. The feelings is deep down the spirit within that you can begin to take control. You have inner wisdom inside, and often it wants to speak to you, but the answer is, are you listening? The question is, are you listening? So look at the word responsibility. Many of you heard me say this before, and some of this is new. So for some of you, it'll be new. I love this. Responsibility. Responsibility. The ability to choose your response. And I believe that it is, as a human being, it is our responsibility that when we don't like something, to shift it into something better. It is our responsibility when we're not happy with some friends to perhaps even shift friends. If we're not happy with our success, it is our responsibility to shift into where we want to go. We're the only ones. You, me, individually are the only ones that can make our life successful. We're not going to wait for that scratch and win or the lottery ticket for those that you buy lotteries. You can have a fulfilling life right now where you're at. When we are responsible, other people and circumstances no longer have control over us. I mean, I remember I used to live in my head so much when I was younger, and I always pointed fingers. You make me feel. And it was my dad who taught me to write a letter. and write a letter of not saying, pointing fingers, you make me. He said, when this happened, he said to my dad said to me, word it like this: when this happens, this is how it makes me feel, so that I'm not pointing fingers. And I learned that from my dad a long time ago, because my mom and I were having a struggle when I was a young teenager. And that's what he suggested me to do, was to write a letter to my mom. And I think it made all the difference. I didn't point my finger at her saying, Mom, when you do this, this is how you make me feel. No, I said, when this happens, this is how I feel about it, a whole different way. So when we are responsible, other people and circumstances no longer have control over us. When we're responsible, other people's and circumstances no longer have control over our emotions. That's another thing. If you're married, your husband, perhaps your spouse, could come home and be really cranky, let's say. That doesn't mean you have to get your emotions up. Just because somebody else had a bad day, that doesn't mean you need to bite into their apple, let's say. You don't need to bite into their emotions. You don't need to own it. It's their stuff. There is a process that you learn to let it go. And for some of you, you may already know, easy to let things go. When we are responsible, other people and circumstances no longer have control over decisions. When we are responsible, other people and circumstances no longer have control over our future. We, you, me, all of us, we alone choose who we are and what we do. So just think about that for yourself. Welcome, ladies who just chimed in. One of the greatest realizations that we can come to is that we have the ability to create the life we want. Keep fighting for it. Think about all those little sperms. One of them fought for a long time to create that baby. If you got to think about little things like that, then think a little bit things about that, right? We alone, the greatest realization that we can come to is that we have the ability to create life that we want. As a result, we are also capable of eliminating or changing the things that we don't like. Here's a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt. In the long run, we shape our lives, we shape ourselves. The process never ends until we die. And the choices we make are ultimately our own. I can tell you, ladies, I used to be extremely shy that I thought, oh, I guess that's who I am. No, that was not who I am. I had to learn to get out of my comfort zone all the time, every single day. Did I like approaching people? No, I was petrified. Yes, I love this quote too, Jeanette. I was petrified. So know that whoever you are right now, if you're beingness, you can become anyone you want to be. When in my early days, when I did direct sales in 1994, I remember, oh, look, I'm wearing the same top as my picture. That's hilarious. I remember that there was this lady by the name of Tracy Woods. And anytime she spoke, I would just sit there and go in awe, like, oh my gosh, I love how you talk. I love who you are. I love what you say. And so anytime I was out there in the marketplace, I would have a little Tracy bird on my shoulder and I would go, what would Tracy do right now? Because I wanted to become like her. What would she do? Oh, Wendy's saying, I'm not seeing all the comments. You may just have to go into the chat, Wendy. Love your hair in that picture. Thank you. It's from my hairdresser. It's a lot later now. Anyways, so that's what I had to do. I had to pretend there was a little Tracy bird on my shoulder, and that alone helped me propel a lot. So for anyone here that doesn't know who I am, my name is Cheryl Bishop. I'm the founder of Resilient Women in Business. And again, my language is God. If that's not your language, change it into whatever you need to, higher power, universe, whatever you need to. I am certainly not here to judge you, and I'm trusting you're not judging me. But God gifted me this business in 2018 that longer story, but an event happened which morphed into Resilient Women. and it morphed into mastermind and so much more. And I get a lot of my downloads, if you want to call downloads, in my dreams. And that's how I'm building resilient women in business. Because here's one thing I know, and you ladies, we are like a stick, a pencil. Let's just say pencil, not a stick, because I got a pencil in my hand. When I have a pencil by itself, very easy to snap. However, let's say when I have a whole bunch of sticks, whole bunch of pencils, not so easy to break. Why? Because each pencil is supporting each other. And this is what Resilient Women is about. Resilient Women is about supporting women in business. When we see a sister in business down, our job as a community is to pull her up. Because life is life. We know there's ups and downs and backwards and forwards in life. Life is life. Business can be like that too. So Resilient Women has a lot to offer women in business. Stay part of the community. We've got, we just actually launched Cloverdale's chapter, if you want to say, city, with Resilient Women in Business membership. And we had a fantastic meeting last night. It was fantastic. All right. Our intentions. Oh, sorry. I'm just getting my stuff out of here. Oh, and well, Jeanette says, and we have more erasers to help each other. Yes. Rub out stuff that's not serving us. Amen, sister. Totally. Our intentions create our reality. You are powerful beyond measure. The farthest that you could think of who you can be and become, chances are you're even bigger than that. Bigger than that. I want you to never forget that you are powerful beyond measure. Beyond measure. Are you getting the most out of your life? Life is to be much more than just existing or drifting. Life is to be an adventure, whatever kind of venture that is. Venture could be, up and down mountains and valleys. Life is to be fulfilled. However, most people are experiencing only a fraction of the joy and satisfaction that God placed before them. This is what there is a way that each of us can change that to revitalize our lives. We can again do and be whatever we choose to be. The biggest part is right up here in your belief system. This webinar was created for you in mind. God placed it in my heart to support you. I am one of your biggest cheerleaders and support, and I believe in your potential. And for those of you that don't believe in yourself, hang on to my belief until you believe in yourself as much as I believe in you. Are you ready to learn? Let's put in the chat. Are you ready to learn? Do you have some pen and paper? Let me know that you are ready to learn something today. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Yes, yes, yeah. Heck, yeah. Okay, awesome. Echo, yes, so absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. Lots of yeses. You bet. Awesome. I'm excited for you, ladies. Good to see you, Kelly. Trish, Dana, awesome. Malgrazada, thank you. Connie, right. Let's get going. Let's learn something. I love this. You have more potential than you think. However, you will never know your full potential unless you keep challenging yourself and pushing beyond your own self-imposed limits. We're the only ones stopping ourselves. The only one. If we don't get a sale in our business, and then soon as we start feeling a little insecure about that, or get into the negative realm, we have allowed the tiny little toe of the negative to come in. Now know this, ladies. Once that tiny toe is in, there's 4 other toes that will follow it. So do not allow any negative tiny toe to enter into your positive realm, because once that little toe is attached to a lot more. So just be so self-aware and so self-observant what's going on. Life and business is 95% psychology. Everything starts up here. What happens between your ears will lead you to your results. Good or bad, doesn't matter. It doesn't know the difference between good, bad, right, wrong. It just knows what you're putting out. Now, I believe that they should teach this formula in schools. So the I stands for how are you influencing yourself? What are you watching? What are you listening to? What kind of movies are you watching? However you're influencing yourself, who you hanging out with. And the S stands for the situation that's happening in your world at that moment. And the E stands for event. What event is happening in your world in this moment? So the I and the S and the E, all of those go right down to your thoughts. Because what we all do, we're human beings. We all have this thought that starts. And the thought creates the feelings. You see, your feelings do nothing other than follow the thought. Now, really get this, ladies. Your feelings do nothing other than follow your thought. When you feel sad, when you think, you're sad for whatever reason, you're thinking about something to make you sad. So the thinking goes into the feeling. You can't be sad, angry, embarrassed without having even a split second of a thought prior to that. Test yourself out. Next time you get angry, stop. What was I just thinking? Next time you get whatever it is, upset, depressed, whatever, think, what were you thinking? Because that affects your feelings. And your feelings go into your actions. It doesn't know anything other than, okay, feeling sad, let's do this. Feeling happy, let's do this. Actions. And it's your actions is ultimately going to give you results in life. And again, it doesn't know whether it's good or bad for you. It just knows what we're putting out. Now, anytime you're not happy with the results in your business or the results in your life, then you do this formula backwards. You look at your results and go, okay, what kind of actions have been assisting with my results, let's say? And then you got to figure out what kind of feelings am I putting out? Hey, I've had all the feelings. I have had rage raise in me. I have had pure sadness. I've had depression. I've had it all because we're human. Chances are all of us have had all of the emotions. It's just that we're not taught where they really, really, truly come from. Nobody's educating that. And I think maybe as we evolve in the world, we'll get it. So yes, Jeanette, doing this backwards, not happy with your results, you got to take a look at your actions. If you ladies are not happy with where you are in your business, you really got to take a serious look on your actions. Are you doing them correctly? Maybe there's something you need to learn. Maybe there's something you need to shift, or maybe you're not doing enough. In fact, toggle.com is a program where you can actually see what you're doing the whole day, and it'll spit out a report. So if you want to look at, this is how much time I do emails, you put the timer on your laptop, you go into the toggle.com, you go into the website, you put all your projects that you're working on. Let's say you're doing sales, marketing, phone calls, emails, whatever you want to put in there, you can put in there. And then you just time it, and it will spit out a whole report for you. It's great to find out, because often in business, we think we're doing everything we should be doing. But a lot of times we're moving paper around and tidying up and procrastinating on different things often. All right, ladies. When you begin using the magic power of your subconscious mind, miracles will happen to you. When you think in your subconscious mind, so you are. Whatever you think about will come about. Whatever that is. If you think you're not good enough, well, then you're right. If you think you're outstanding, well, then you're right. If you think you can, you're absolutely right. And when you think you can't, you are still absolutely right. You see, it doesn't know the difference between what's good for you and what's wrong for you. It just knows what you're putting out there. That's all it knows. Until you make unconscious conscious, It will control your life, and you will call it fate. Many people can say, well, I grew up with this family, so therefore I'm like my parents. No, nobody has to be like somebody else. We can choose. We can honestly choose what we want to do and change the whole DNA if that's what needs to happen. Think about this. Why is one person sad and another person happy? Why is one person joyous and prosperous and another person poor and miserable? Why is one person fearful and anxious and another person full of faith and confidence? Good questions, right? Why is one person a great success and another one a failure? Why is that? Why is one person happily married and another very unhappily and frustrated? Is there an answer to these questions in the workings of your conscious and subconscious mind? Absolutely. Absolutely. Everything that we have in life comes from our thoughts. When we get to that success. See, a lot of people go, oh, she or he is so lucky. Here's what we don't know. We don't know what goes on inside somebody's thoughts and body. We have no idea. We're only looking from the outside in. So it looks like, oh, they're lucky, or they have a silver spoon in their mouth. We, again, don't know what's been going on. We don't know if they've battled bankruptcy. We're only looking from the outside in. So keep that in mind, that people that work hard and really successful has done a lot of work up here. Look how many people Tony Robbins has helped. Whether you like him or not is irrelevant. The fact is, he's been very good and successful at shifting people's minds. The law of your mind is the law of belief. Belief can be summed up briefly as a thought in your mind. Think about that. I used to believe I wasn't smart enough. Total false belief. And I'll share that story with you in a moment. As a person thinks, feels, and believes, so is the condition of your mind, of circumstances, and of your body. As a person thinks, feels, and believes, so is the condition of your mind. Think about that. The belief of your mind is the thought of your mind, just that and nothing else. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, one of the most classic books. I mean, there's many of them, but this one to me is a classic. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. It can. You can, what you have to be aware of is not letting that negative tiny baby toe to come in, because that tiny baby toe, when it comes in, remember, there's many other toes attached to that tiny one, and they're bigger than the baby one. So it takes up more room in you. So be careful of what you're thinking. Here's a story how I accepted a false belief that I was not smart enough. And it goes into our subconscious mind. And I'm sure many of you on this could probably relate to a story like this. So the story goes, 8 years old, I was always told I look just like my mom. And everything else about me is my dad. How I think, how I talk, that sort of thing. My dad was always an entrepreneur. You know, he grew up on a dairy farm with his parents. In fact, my mom and dad were going to buy the dairy farm, but my dad wanted to come to BC as a vacation to see the beautiful mountains. And when they came into Vancouver, my dad fell in love, and so we never went back. I'm thankful, because that was Winnipeg, a lot of mosquitoes and stuff like that. So we're sitting at our house that we bought when I was very young, 8 years old. I'm sitting in Surrey at the kitchen dining room table. I'm on one end coloring in my coloring book, because I loved to color when I was young. Now I want you to think about this for when you were young, what was going on in your world. My dad was sitting on the other side of the dining room table, and he was writing a letter, and my mother was right behind him cooking dinner, preparing dinner. Now, my dad never went past grade 6 because he was the oldest out of many kids and had to work on the dairy farm. So he didn't go past grade 6. So he's writing a letter. I'm busy coloring in my coloring book. Totally innocent little event that happened. Innocent. So my dad goes to my mom. May, which is my mom's name, how do you spell car? Is it with an E or without an E? My mom giggles and goes, oh, Gordon, my dad's name. Gordon, it's without an E. Innocent. But see, this is how powerful our thoughts and minds are. So the thought came in, goes, wow, I'm just like my dad. My dad doesn't know how to spell car. I am not smart enough. Kerplunk into the subconscious mind. So my false belief of not being smart enough hung in there for decades. Decades. How many of you ladies know you have a false belief that you hung on to for decades, or you still have it? Let me know. How many of you? Just say yes. Yes, I have. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, you have. Yeah, we all do, because we're human beings. Human beings. We're no different. Some of us carry these false beliefs and we don't even know they're there. How I found out that was so deep in mine, I went to a personal growth seminar in 2004. And that's when the movie played in my mind the moment I accepted I wasn't smart enough. And the moment was sitting at the dining room table with my dad to share the story I just shared with you. Now, because we're all human, these stories go deep in there and we don't even realize what they do in our world. I had to learn from 2004, when I first recognized it was there, I had to learn how to tame it. Does it still come up every so often? Yeah, it does. But it certainly doesn't come up as much as it used to. I can tell you that. And I believe that for me, because I had that strong false belief, I think that has even helped me believe in you more. Because I can recognize that stopped me in so many things. And now that I've kicked it away, my world is shifting. Your world is shifting because you've probably eliminated some of your false beliefs, and keep going on that. We are like a big onion. We have so many different layers, and the core of who you are is the most beautiful light of being you, the most amazing you. Unfortunately, life gets in the freaking way, and we got to figure it out, just like the sperm has to figure out where to go, right? No different. So just be aware, self-aware of what you're thinking and doing all the time. When things don't go right, what is the chatter going on in your mind? I mean, ladies, if I asked any of you, would you sleep with someone that put you down, told you you weren't good enough, told you you weren't smart enough, told you were too old, too young, too this, too that? Would you sleep with someone like that? Put in the chat. Would you sleep with someone like that? Yes or no? I want to see some answers. Would you? No. Sandra says no. Lisa, no, no. Mom, yeah, you wouldn't. I wouldn't either. Yeah, I certainly hope not, Trish. But here's my question to you, ladies. What are you saying to yourself when nobody else can hear? Is it any of those comments? I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too fat. I'm too skinny. I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. Right? I know I've done that in the past. But now I look at myself in the mirror and I look in my soul's eye and I go, how do I be a better Cheryl tomorrow than I am today? How? Because I'm always looking to improve. And since I've been doing that for a long time, it has shifted, because now I focus on more the positive than the negative that surface in my mind, you know. I got to take a drink. I challenge you all, ladies, to always look at yourself. Always. And ask yourself, how can I be a better me tomorrow than I am today? Because that's what you want. My little me, my false belief, because I got it when I was 8 years old, has been attempting to stop me from success for years. I had to ensure the little me that I, the big me, was in control of my life now, right? Sometimes we have to talk to ourselves. I had done a lot of self-talk to have the little me's false belief slowly disappear. It did take time. You will be fascinated to see what happens when you speak authoritatively and with conviction to the little you. Even conviction, when you feel negative energy, tell it to go to hell and burn where it belongs. Man, there's times I go through certain neighborhoods and I really feel this negative energy, and I do tell it to go away. So, but you got to do it with conviction. It's like, hell yes, I'm going to do this. Like conviction, ladies, highest energy always wins. You got to do the happy dance for yourself. You want to grow your sales? Then happy dance it out. Turn on your favorite music, dance like nobody's watching, and get going, right? Just get going. Don't let anything stop you. Nothing stop you. Even yourself. Don't let yourself stop you. Your subconscious mind takes the order you give it based on what your conscious mind believes and accepts as true. You say you're too old? Well, then that's the truth. You say you're too young? Then that's the truth. Whatever truth you think is the truth. Even if you don't think it's true, but you're thinking it. You see how this whole craziness goes? It's the moment you think that. Just keep in mind that little baby toe, when you start thinking negatively, that little baby toe is about to creep in the door. Once the baby toe is in, all the other toes follow it. This is why you must be aware of what you are saying to yourself when no one else can hear you. Doesn't matter what, when nobody else can hear you. If you repeatedly say to yourself, I can't afford it, then your subconscious mind takes you at your word. It sees to it that you will not be able to afford it. This fascinates me. And I think that's why our whole society is in debt, is because everybody is really truly saying, I can't afford that. I have to borrow money. I have to do this. I have to do that. I'm blessed that one day I got in my mind's eye the picture of the energy called lack of. And I'm going to share this quick story with you. It was a few years ago. My husband and I wanted to redo our back deck in the backyard. I think it's like 25 feet by 18 feet, something like that. And I wanted it totally open, no posts in the way, half covered, half not covered kind of idea with some skylights. So we got 3 skylights. So it's a big job. And I went looking for quotes, and we had 4 quotes, and only one person followed up with me all the time. So guess who got the job? The one person that followed up with me. I want you to keep this story in mind, just on follow-up. The other 3 sent me the proposal and never even asked me if I got it. What? A $25,000. This is not like a couple of $100 job. It's a $25,000 deck. It ended up being 25. That's why I say originally it was supposed to be 20, but it seems like every construction thing is always way more than it is. So what I'm saying is follow up. Yes, Grace, follow up, follow up, follow up. Absolutely. Fortune is in the follow-up. So Daryl, the follow-up king, I'm the follow-up queen, I said to him. So I said, I really recognize your skill and I love it. I love that you keep following up and say, hey, do you and your husband Dave have any questions on this? Let me know. If you want me to come over and you know, explain anything, I will. So he got the job. So here's what happened. I was about to lose a whole career that I thought I was going to retire at. So I was standing in the kitchen with my husband at the time. Not my husband at the time, my husband now, but at the time we were standing in the kitchen. And I said to him, you know, Dave, I don't know that we should spend 20 grand on a deck right now, because I don't know that I'm going to be bringing in any income soon. I'm in uncertainty right now. And so my husband's so easygoing. He always just goes, okay, whatever you want. So I took 2 steps away from my husband, and here's what happened. I saw the visual. You couldn't see it, but God gave it to me in my mind's eye. I saw the energy of lack come through the floor. Okay? Crazy. I wouldn't have believed it myself. if I didn't experience it, okay? Because I've never seen that before. Saw the energy come through and what it looked like was a vine, mostly dead. Only a couple of leaves were gray, like green, a little leaves. And it was wrapping itself around my foot and going on my ankle. And then it was a knowing of knowing that I had to make a very serious, quick decision that if I don't move forward with this deck, then I'm accepting I'm coming from a place of lack of, in this case, lack of finance, because I was concerned about the finance. And it was a knowing that I knew if I didn't turn around with my husband like right now and say, we're doing the deck, that I would accept that energy and it would build and up my body. I turned around to my husband and said, whoa, I just felt the energy of lack. We are doing the deck. And he's like, what the heck is going on? Now, so I know when you say you can't afford it, got to be careful, because that is an energy that is going in, words are going into your subconscious mind, and it is energy that is filling your body. Say something totally different. Instead of, I can't afford it, you're choosing not to do that right now. Or you're choosing, like, I'm choosing not to spend money right now, just sounds way better than I can't afford it, right? Do you see how powerful these words that we say to ourselves every day are for us? Awesome, Janice. Thank you. I will never say that again. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, webinar done. So true. These are the things that we need to be so aware of ourselves. The words that we say have energy. Every single word out there. There are so many of them. You know, so many people use the word, oh, I hope one day. I'm sorry. Their hope is only one place, and it happens to be in British Columbia, and it's east from Vancouver. That's the only hope you should have in your vocabulary. Like, don't get me going. And the word try, nix a out of vocabulary. Try means to struggle. Because here's what I've done many times. I'll ask women, hold a pen, and I say to them, try to drop it. You know what happens? 98% of people do this. Do you want me to drop it? 98%. It's only 2% that go like this. Right? Okay? So that word, by me saying to somebody, try to drop this pen, when you use the word try in your vocabulary, I'll try and call you, what? What does that mean? Even your own body's probably going, well, what the hell does that mean? No, it doesn't mean anything. It means to struggle. I'm going to try and build my business. Struggle. I'm going to try and lose weight. Struggle. I'm going to try and eat healthier. Struggle. Okay? That's a word that should not be in your vocabulary, ladies, because I care about you. And it is a struggling word. It totally is. So zip it out of your vocabulary. And if you want, you put an elastic band around your wrist so that every time you hear try, you snap it, and ooh, you'd be like a dog when you snap a dog, not snap, when you just tap a dog's nose. They don't like that. That's the same for you as a human being. We don't like that. And it'll remind our body to take that word. Or you hang out with me, I'll catch you. I'll catch you a lot about try. So that's all good. All right, ladies. Self-doubt, uncertainty, false beliefs, worry, negativity kills your potential. Kills it. Just keep in mind every time that baby toe is coming in. Every time you have a self-doubt, every time you have uncertainty, every time you have a false belief and worry and negative, the toe is in the frickin' door. Don't allow it in the door, because it kills your potential, okay? This is a great 4C formula by Dan Sullivan. He calls it the universal formula for success. And I really love this formula. And so I'm going to explain it to you, ladies, because it's really powerful. So uncertainty, fear, is a natural human growth. Honestly, fear stands for false evidence appearing real. Now, I'm not talking about the fear for your life. That's a different kind of fear. I'm just talking about the fear that you are fearful of speaking in front of a group. You're fearful of doing a Facebook Live. You're fearful of calling somebody up in a prospect because you're scared of rejection. That kind of fear is false evidence appearing real. It's not real, ladies. Uncertainty, fear is a step into the process of breakthrough. You must do things you have never done before to receive what you have never had before. That's the only way you're going to receive something different. We all know that recipe for insanity is keep doing the same thing, expecting different results, right? So you start with your commitment. Okay, commitment. Gonna go to the gym. I'm saying I'm gonna go to the gym 3 times a week, right? So whatever your commitment is, it's your commitment. It's up to you where you want to go. Now, right between commitment and courage, sometimes sometimes for people, even going to the gym, they're a little scared to going to the gym, okay? So courage basically means you're a little afraid, but you're going to do it anyways. You're going to push through that, right? That's why you need courage. Now, in between commitment and courage, most people stop here, as this is where the excuses lie. I don't want to do it today. I don't feel like going. It's raining. On and on it goes. Between commitment and courage, it takes action. To get to courage, you must push through personal breakthroughs. That's the only way. Now, once you've got to courage, what happens there? Then you're on your way to capability. Now, what happens in between courage and capability? Faith. Faith is what pushes you through. Now, I'm not talking the religious faith. I'm talking faith that it's going to work out. Faith that you can do it. Believe in yourself. When you don't push through, that's where you live in procrastination. So any of you that procrastinate, now you can see, this is where it lives. You had the courage, but now to get to the capability, you've stopped yourself in procrastination land. So you push yourself through procrastination. You have the faith that it's going to work out. Now you have the capability because you did it. Now it takes you to the confidence. So many people say, I'll do it when I have confidence. This is how you build confidence. The only way you build confidence is by doing something. It doesn't grow like a flower when you water it. Well, it kind of does. And what I mean is that if you want to water the flower, in your case with confidence, you actually have to do the actions to get the confidence. So this is where capability and between confidence is where you see new possibilities. That's how it happens. And the beautifulness is once you've got your confidence, now you can go for more and make bigger commitments. Hey, when I started Resilient Women in Business, I didn't even know where it was going. I didn't even want to start a business. I know how hard it is to start a business. I've done it many times. But here's where it's at. The more I grow this business, the more I go through this cycle myself. And my confidence gets stronger and stronger. And now I go for more and make bigger commitments, and I go for more and I make bigger commitments. This is a great training for yourself in your life. So take a picture of the screen before it goes. Throw it on your desk to remind yourself that this is how you gain. Yes, 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 yes. Look at all. Yes, you will, Cheryl. Manifesto. Yes, so true. Awesome, right? Now, confidence, once you get to a certain level of success where you may feel complacent, be aware of that. If you ever get into I have arrived syndrome, then you're doing it for the money, not for the people. And you got to be aware of that, because I have arrived syndrome can take you out. Keep building, because the more money you make, as far as I'm concerned, the more you get to give away. I think that is an amazing privilege to have. The more money you make, the more you get to give away to serve, whether it's charities, ministries, families, whatever it is, your church, whatever it is. That is awesome when you get to do that. So You can never, as far as I'm concerned, make enough, because that way you can help. A lot of countries in our world is hurting. So it takes money to make things happen. Once you learn to contact and release the hidden power of your subconscious mind, you can bring into your life more power, more wealth, more health, more happiness, and more joy. You do not need to acquire this power. Actually, you already have it. You already have it. You simply have to learn how to use it. You must understand it so that you can apply it in all the departments of your life. Relationship with the spouse, relationship with your children, your family, your friends, your neighbors, all aspects, business, not business, hobbies, everything in your life. Decide now to make your life greater, richer, and grander than it is right now. There is no limit. It's unlimited possibilities, unlimited opportunities in this world of ours, for you, for me, for all of us. Your birthright is to be successful, period. Say that out loud. My birthright is to be successful. Get it into your bloodstream. Feel it, know it, kiss it, love it, because it's yours. Your birthright to be successful. Your conscious and subconscious mind must agree. They must agree. Yes, your birthright. Look at all that. Amen. Birthright. Yes. I'm excited to see that. I love it. Your subconscious accepts what you really feel to believe. Whatever you feel, you'll believe it. So that's where self-awareness and self-observation has to be in play for you every day, so you can observe yourself. Whoa, I'm not feeling okay. I need to go over there, or call Cheryl. If you're in a bad place, I am only a message, a text, a phone call away. Right? I want to get you out of that. I want to get you into feeling your truth of your birthright is to be successful. Your dominant idea is always accepted by your subconscious mind. So we got to dig in there sometimes just to clean all the dust out. The dominant idea should be wealthy, happy, abundant, and not poverty, sad, and in debt. Whatever we focus on expands, good or bad, it doesn't know the difference. Focus on happy, abundant wealth, that will expand. Focus on poverty, sad, debt, that will expand. Focus on poor me, that will expand. All of it will expand. So be aware of that. We all have had, and still perhaps do, have some of these thoughts. I must not make a mistake. I don't believe in mistakes, as a matter of fact, because when you make a mistake, that means you've never done something before and you had to learn something to get it done. So I don't believe in mistakes. I don't believe there's mistakes. Like I want to know who the heck came up with mistakes? Like, seriously, I can't do it. Well, once you say you can't, you're absolutely right. I'm not good enough. Who said? Who really said? Like, I would like to clarify, verify that. Who really said you're not good enough? Chances are it's ourselves. Nobody loves me. Are you kidding me? Oh, this part saddens me when there is so much turmoil in this world. I remember, I'll just share a quick story. I remember when my oldest was a baby and we had this friend, Marcus, sweetest guy ever, you know, he would take everything off his back to give you. Unfortunately, his marriage didn't work out. He had 2 baby girls, and on Valentine's, he felt nobody loved him. So sad. So sad, because the funeral, I had never seen a funeral home. You couldn't even sit. You couldn't sit in the church side, and you could not sit in the reception. And there was people lined out. I don't even know how many people were there, but he clearly did not know how many people loved him. So nobody loves me. Somebody always loves you. If any of you feel that, don't. Give me a call. Let me get you out of that. I must be perfect. What is perfect? What is perfect anyways? Everybody's perception of perfect is different. I think you're perfect the way you are. So what is perfect? So just be aware of all those thoughts. Think of your thoughts like a garden, ladies. Think of your thoughts like a garden. I mean, I talk a lot about garden right now because we have one. We have a garden in the back. Positive thoughts are wonderful flowers that will give you blossoms, which you can enjoy their scent and their beauty. I mean, look at those, right? Beautiful pink blossoms. Now, negative thoughts are like ugly weeds that choke your wonderful flowers, and your flowers can't survive very well with these weeds. You're the flower, if you haven't already figured that out. You're the flower. Positive thoughts are wonderful for you that will give you blossoms of life, which you can enjoy every moment of your day. So keep those positive thoughts going. And the more you practice on positive thoughts, the easier it becomes. Easier it becomes. Love, I find, Grace says, love, I find I have been telling others I love them. Oh, fantastic. Absolutely. I think everybody needs to hear it. Everybody needs to hear it. Life is about how you cope with the things life gives you. Your role is to master over yourself to become resilient. Master over yourself to become resilient. Here's some things that, in my opinion, your success path to achieve your goals. Understanding the power of your thought. That's what we talked a lot about already, is your thought. Your desire. Get out of your head and into your heart space. That's where the truth is. This is where your soul lives. Your soul doesn't live up here. It lives in your heart space. This is where God lives. He doesn't live up there. He lives down here. So your desire of your soul already knows who you are. It's our humanness that has to figure it out, because we're on this planet and it's just humanness, right? And your faith. And I'm not talking about religious faith. I'm talking about the faith that it's going to work. The faith in you. Faith in you, your ability, your subconscious mind. Being very aware of that. Your specialized knowledge. I think the whole world is almost going away from you need these PhDs and XYZ and ABCs. Specialized knowledge is where it's going. Experience of who you are. You cannot do how you do things. No, what I'm attempting to say is that only you can do the things you do, nobody else. You all have your own unique fingerprint. So never compare yourself with someone else, because you cannot do it how they do it, and they cannot do it how you do it. What you can do is learn off others. Not compare yourself, just learn. Absorb the learning and put it into your own way to spread it to the world. Your imagination, visualization is one of the biggest keys, and that's why I have it highlighted. My mastermind groups, we always talk about desire statement, and we do a lot of exercise on imagination and visualization. That is important. In fact, they've done studies. They've done studies on hockey teams that only visualize throwing the puck into the net and how they have won games versus practicing. Imagination, visualization is powerful. I've got a few exercises that I teach in my mastermind groups. Powerful. Your organized planning. I was just on a podcast today, and we were talking about planning. And you got to plan it. Hey, when you say, I'm going on vacation, and people say, well, where are you going to go? And if you went, I don't know. Like, how would that be like? Okay, you don't know where you're going. You have to plan a vacation. You have to know the dates you're going. You have to know, do you need a hotel? Do you not? You need to know, are you going to drive a car? Do you need to fly there? Like, there's planning. So it's no difference in everything else about our life, relationship, family, all of it, business, finance, mastering your procrastination. If you need to kick yourself in your behind, well, then you need to do that. Or if you need to find an accountability partner, whatever it is, get rid of the excuses and just do something. Like my dear friend Monica is on here. Be the Nike girl and just do it, right? And your persistence. Persistence. Look at all the Olympians that win a gold medal. They have persistence. They don't give up. One of the most common causes of failure is a habit of quitting when one is overtaken by temporary defeat. Temporary. I know I've experienced this in my world, and you can, ladies, set in the chat if you've experienced, just say yes. Now, I have experienced times where I either didn't want to go to an event and then I went and it was great, or I almost quit something and I didn't and it was great. Like, it's almost like success is right around the corner from defeat. That's why it's called temporary defeat. Because if you're allowing temporary defeat to take you out of the game, some of you have maybe decided, oh, this business isn't for me, so I'm going to go over here. Pros and cons to that. I can walk you through all that. But definitely, you want to make sure that if there's temporary defeat, temporary is the key word. Keep going. Every person is guilty of this mistake. We all are. I've done it. Simply get back on track and refocus. Back on track. It's like the train of you got off the rails, and get back on the rails and keep moving forward. Because your birthright, it is to be successful. It's just that simple. Your birthright is to be successful. All right. Look at that. That's you in that picture. It is. Unite mentally and emotionally with the good you wish to embody. Mental and emotional. The creative powers of your subconscious mind will respond accordingly. Begin now. Begin today. Decide now to make your life grander, greater, richer, and noble than ever before. Within your subconscious depths lies infinite wisdom. You just have to listen. Shh. When there's too much chatter going on up there, you can't hear your infinite wisdom. Infinite power, an infinite supply of all that is necessary. It is waiting there for you to give it development and expression. It's yours. It is yours. So I'd like to hear from you. What did you learn so far? If you want to just quickly share in the chat. I know some of you were chatting. Oops. I didn't mean to stop my screen. I want to keep going because there's more I want to share with you. But put in the chat, what are your highlights that you learned? The train of me is back on track. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Janice. I still have some more things I want to go through with you, ladies, but just put in the chat what was your highlight of the training so far. We only got a few more minutes, and I got a few more slides for you. Actually, whoa, it's 4:58 already. You know what? I want to honor your time. I'm a Nike girl. I am worthy. The power of thought. Yes. Responsibility. Pay attention to them. Yes. How to learn how to use your power. Yeah. If you get off, you can get back on. Absolutely. The backward approach. Yes. Absolutely. You're not happy with your results. You do that backwards. Absolutely. Wonderful, ladies. Yes. If you can get off, you can get back on. Absolutely. No trying. It's my time. Yes. 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 So encouraging. Hopeful. That's awesome, ladies. Okay. I'm just going to share a few more with you because I do have an invitation for you to join Resilient Women in Business Mastermind. If you liked this kind of training, the mastermind group is this kind of training. If you, the mastermind groups now go for 15 weeks straight. Every week we meet for 2 hours. It'll be Wednesday morning coming up. but we meet for 2 hours every week. We have a private Facebook group just for the members, 10 members a group, starting September, and the price is $2.99. So I invite you, if you're interested, to reach out to me, because everything, this is the foundation of your success. And my goal is to get you out of here and into your heart space where God lives. The truth is, I'm not preaching to you when I say God lives. I'm just saying that's like your inner wisdom is there, okay? That's what's there. So know that this is available for you, ladies, and absolutely invest in yourself, Yourself is so important, so important. I know I have some of the ladies on here that have already done my mastermind. Some of them are in mastermind too, and so much that Resilient Women has to offer. So your birthright is to be successful, ladies. It truly is. I want nothing more than that for you, because I know how powerful you can be when you get it. I know how powerful you can be when you grow personally and professionally. I've seen it happen. I've had so many different types of women in my mastermind groups where they just get deeper and deeper and deeper, and some skyrocket within the first 30 days. So it all depends on how and what you absorb fast for yourself. So know, ladies, that I love you. I truly, truly do. I care for you immensely. I used to pay like $375 for one mastermind meeting, never mind 15 meetings for $2.99. God's placed it in my heart to keep it inexpensive. And, you know, I paid a lot for mastermind groups, and I don't think it really needs to be that way. I'm not about the money. I'm about you. I'm about your success. I'm about getting you to where you need to go to. And a lot more is coming down the pipeline for Resilient Women. So I'm going to end this. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Lem Lem. Good to see you here. Thank you so much, Cheryl. God bless you. Lem Lem is from Calgary. Beautiful soul. So thank you, ladies, so much. I truly, genuine love you. Message me if you have any questions about the mastermind group that's starting. Let me know your comments and how you felt about this training, and let me know where you're going to go next. So thank you. All the thank yous are coming in. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, all of you. Carmen, Lisa, Win, Malgrazada, Stella, great. All of you ladies that are on here. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you. God bless, and take care of yourself, and reach out at any time you would love to. Bye for now, ladies.